Hello and welcome to the second video of the recipes for October to go on to the Lined Up Web Design blog. Those of you who watched the previous one will be pleased to know that I've opened all the packets this time, and I've also prepared the ingredients ready. So I'll just tell you what you need. Essentially, some broccoli and some cauliflower, chopped up quite thin, some grated cheese, small pack of British single cream or double cream will do, some cubes of pancetta ham, and then I've just heated some oil here, some pane pasta which has been on the boil for 4 or 5 minutes now. The oil is starting to heat nicely, as you can feel. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pop in the broccoli. You hear that sizzle away rather nicely. And then I'm going to add the pancetta. There we go. Right, and after that I'm just going to grab a wooden spoon and mix it around. It isn't going to take very long to cook. They are very small pieces of pancetta. Just washing my hands quickly. Now if we turn that down to a slightly lower heat, then you might be able to hear me over the noise. Brilliant. Now I've moved it down to the lowest heat. You'll have to excuse the formal attire. This is a straight after work meal, which is I expect what you're looking to cook for anyway. It's got to be easy. It's got to be done in 20 minutes. It sounds good for after work meals to me. Okie doke. The end of this result will be some pancetta ham and broccoli in a white creamy sauce over some penne pasta. I'm going to do it in a bowl. The idea is that you get a bit of veg in there. You also get a nice creamy sauce. This is the same sauce, by the way, that is used in the chorizo and chicken pasta dish. So if you'd like to know how to do that one by video, then keep on watching, and in a couple of minutes you'll be able to see. Coming up soon on the blog, we will have some recipes from contributors. We've got some cakes coming in. We've got some extremely interesting recipes from a colleague. Those will be in soon, and there's a lot more to come through as well. So keep your eyes peeled. The recipe blog is going to fill up very quickly. Right, that's looking nicely done there. And the pasta's got about 2 minutes left. So I'm going to add the cream, and I'm going to add the cheese to make a creamy sauce. You don't want to cook this for very long, because you don't want it to curdle. So essentially, this might be about 30 seconds. And obviously it's got to be done on the lowest heat. That'll mix in nicely with the juices of the pancetta and of the broccoli and the cauliflower too. Pop over the cheese. This is just the usual medium to mature cheddar that I use for most of my recipes. Obviously that's all down depending on taste. And we need to mix that in fairly quickly because we want the cheese to melt into the sauce, but we don't want the sauce to curdle. Make sure I don't get it over my work attire. Do it from a distance. Brilliant. That's turned out really rather nice. I'm just going to do it for a couple more seconds just to keep it warm. And while that's going, I'm going to drain the pasta and get that ready. Now I'm going to use the same dish as I put the cheese in, and in a minute on top, instead of putting extra cheddar, I'm going to use a bit of parmesan. Now that's all done rather well, so if we take the heat off that, pop in the pasta to mix it in, just stir it around, get it all covered in the sauce. Mix it in nicely, make sure it's all spread out with the ingredients, and that'll turn out really rather yummy. As you can see, apart from the pasta, which was on for 3 or 4 minutes before I turned the camera on, because it's dry pasta. I mean, you could use fresh pasta and then it would take as long as the pancetta and the broccoli and the sauce. So really, you could do this meal in 5 minutes if you wanted to. That's how easy it is, and it comes out really lovely. So if I just tip that in there slowly, you can see it all prepared. Now I'm just going to add some parmesan onto the top. That's one thing I haven't opened, so we'll see how long it takes this time. I think I can beat my record. Okay. Right, fantastic. Now unfortunately you can't smell how good that smells, but it is lovely. The wash of that is gorgeous. It's just a really nice cheesy sauce that's coming through. Brilliant. Okay, I'm just going to grab a nice handful of the parmesan and just drape it around there, keeping it nice and soft layers. Just make sure it covers all the areas. Fantastic. And within 4 to 5 minutes, or 8 if you use dry pasta, you've got yourself a lovely pasta dish. Works well for 2, obviously, just double the ingredients. That's it. All done. Enjoy.